All right, we are live. Welcome back to Stock Tricks with Nick for this week's Midweek Movers live stream. Tonight, we'll be covering some stocks that have already broken out and taking a look at their setups to understand what made them such a nice setup going into the breakout. We'll cover, I have 10 stocks on my breakout watch list. I had a watch list on Sunday, but too many of those names have already gone, so we had to renew that watch list. And then we'll be doing stocks that are requested from the audience. So you can use the chat feature to signal any stocks that you want me to go over. Otherwise, I have a list of stocks from StockTwits and Twitter that I should get to. If this is your first time tuning into the live stream or any of my videos, my name is Nick. I trade mostly swing trading and using technical analysis for the trades. I do a live stream in the middle of the week, Tuesday or Wednesday, depending on the week. Because this trading week is shortened, we do it Tuesday. Do a trading recap of my winners, but especially my losers. This is something that I really like to put out there because everyone else that you see on YouTube always talks about their winning setups, their winning trades. They never talk about their losers. If you're going to be a trader, you're going to have to deal with losers. So I am always honest about the setups that I took that did not work, and I think that makes this channel pretty unique. And then after Friday, we do a breakout watch list on Sunday morning, do all the research for you guys and put that out. So if this is something you enjoy, please subscribe to the channel, leave a like on the video if you got anything out of it, and follow me on StockTwits and Twitter. So you can see we got some high tide flags that are working. We'll get into that in a little bit. Got the breakout watch list and some stocks from the audience. Quick disclaimer, anything that I cover today is just for educational purposes only. Anything is my personal opinion, and do not take this as financial advice. This is not financial advice. Trading comes with extreme financial risk. Please do your own due diligence. So for the stock lineup today, we have 10 stocks that I have on my breakout watch list. Two of those names I already own. You can see HIMX and PLTR, Palantir. And then from the stocks requested, I already own NEO, but we'll be covering those as well. And then I already see you guys are flooding in the comments, so we have a bunch of stocks to go over today. Let's jump to the chart. So first, let's go over the stocks that have been working out really well. First, we have FUBO, and these are all examples of high tight flags, which are stocks that have run 80% or more in 8 weeks, or sorry, 90% or more in 8 weeks or less, and then have pulled back from that high point of 25% or less. So kind of showing FUBO here. Yeah, they break out to the peak there, we call a lower peak. You can see 214%. And then from that point down to the pullback here is 22%. Otherwise, if you want to count this as the high, then the pullback here, 20%. So still high tight flag. And those, when they do start breaking out, those are typically the most powerful setups we have. So when this one started going, that was kind of the signal to put on the other high tight flags that you had on your watch list going. So this pulled back to the 20-day simple moving average. That's this green line we have here. Set an inside day on December 15th and then started breaking out. And you can see the volume change. The pullback was very, very light volume after some good volume on kind of this fake breakout through here. Pulled back on much lower volume, and then just everyone was buying this as this broke out. And Leif Sereda put this on the Champion Trading site and just took off 126% up since that buy point. That would have been the high of December 15th as we had the inside day there. I didn't personally catch this trade. You can't catch them all. But this is a great chart to look at, to learn from, and to apply to your next trade. So at this point, you're not buying in. At this point, 126% above the base. It's a great trade, but just like we let this one kind of break out and then set up, maybe we have another buying opportunity in the future for this. So that's FUBO. Next we have MGNI. This one I did trade. Similar setup. Let's see here. None of this is perfect because I'm doing it live, but 227-ish% up, so over 90%, setting up the high type flag from the peak to the pullback. You have 18, 19%, so within that 25% of the pullback. One quick undercut of the 20-day simple moving average, and then it rallied back above the high point of December 15th. That was when I put it on, when it broke over the high point. And then from there, we had just kind of a nothing Friday or Thursday, that would have been higher highs, higher lows, but nothing crazy. And then come Friday, we got that very strong bar up. That was a 14% move. And then just when I thought we opened up even higher than that on, that would have been Monday. And then we pulled back. So I thought, okay, here comes the nice pullback. It's already up a bit, but that turned around, rallied, closed near the high of the day, very bullish. And then we got this red candle close outside of the upper Bollinger Band. That's what I sold into. I saw that this was up after hours as well. Right now, E-Trade's not showing that, but we'll circle back. But I did take this trade off. I was selling into strength all the way through, so I don't know exactly where my average is. We'll check that for the recap, but this was a 47% move. Never a bad idea to sell some into strength, and let's see if this sets up again. But another thing to notice, look at that volume coming in with the breakout. Things got nice and quiet as they just gently pulled back to the 20-day simple moving average, then took off. Very strong form. And CRSP, another one that I took. This was on the breakout watch list. If you caught that on Sunday morning, kind of similar setup, except we didn't wait for the 20-day simple moving average to catch up. This one I put on because all the other high type flags were breaking out. So that was the style breakout that was really holding. So when this moved over, you see you had this diagonal to kind of work with. Got violated with this fake breakout pullback, but also you could have looked at just the three kind of highs from December 16th, 17th, and 18th through there as a buy point. I think that's what I did. Let's see. High 152, trade history. Yeah, so I bought 152.51. So yeah, I did use the high of this green candle here to buy in. And again, everything got nice and quiet volume wise. ATR started coming in, average true range, so you could tell the range was tightening up. And then we just got hit with all that buying volume, broke out, sold some into strength, moved my stop to my entry, so now it's a risk-free trade. Next day, moved up a little bit more, sold a little bit more into strength, just because everything's going. I don't want to be, I want to put on new positions if they're set up, if they are quality setups, but I want to keep the amount of risk of my portfolio the same. So if I'm going to put on a new risk, I either need to take shares off of a winning trade already, move my stops with current positions up higher. So again, the total risk of my portfolio is going to be the same. We're just now opening new positions because we have some profits to run on. But that was CRSP. These are the high type flags that have been working all week and are some of the names that I want to go over in a little bit. Any questions on high type flags, you can leave them in the comments, or if you're watching this live, in the comment section. And I'll circle back to those once I get through my watch list. All right, now to my watch list, AA. This one, you have the 200-day simple moving average, now in a uptrend, 50, 20, 8, all in the right order. You do have just over about 100% up. So 100% breakout, and then a pullback of only 12%. So we said high type flags were 25% pullbacks. 12% is even better. The closer it is to high, the better, because there's less sellers. You see this pulling back. We're now kind of under the 20 and the 8-day. So a little cautious with this because everything else was breaking out today, and this just kind of went a little bit lower, but the volume was nice and light. So with the two daily highs here from today and the previous day, both at 22.24, 22.22, that becomes your buy point, a break over that, and then we'll see if we can get another high tight flag going for us. So that's AA. Next we have ALGN. I should have said I'm also currently in this one. This was also, I want to say a high tight flag, maybe not exactly. No, never mind. Scratch that. But a strong move on earnings, some waves here, and then I bought with a break over the previous high. Since then, just been nice, strong uptrend. Sold one there, sold some more the last couple days. But this is just me taking profits. I still think this is a quality setup. And you do have the pullback and then the green hammer forming today. So that's where you open and you close right at the high of the day. That shows that buyers were still coming in until the market closed. You kind of have this like sideways cup and handle. So maybe not the cleanest formation, but we have so many stocks already going that this is what we're looking at right now. So I already have a position in this. Probably won't add to this one, but a name to watch in a strong uptrend. Volume's saying all the right things, and ATR is coming in a little bit. Relative strength is going up. All very nice setup. Next we have AMBA. We got a move of 76%, so I'm not sure exactly what 8 weeks is here. Similar setup to a high tide flag. I don't know if it is exactly, but the idea is the same. Only 11% off the high, which is what I like even more. It gapped down to undercut a lot of these lows. So if anyone put stops anywhere through here, they got stopped out. And then it rallied to recapture the 8-day exponential moving average here. Today, it looked like it was getting going, and actually 91, 96, 91, 83. Oh, this is reflecting after hours. So I guess I'm not sure what's happening after hours. I think it's probably just someone selling. The bid and the ask is still kind of in the middle of this. So what I would be looking for is a break over today's high. You can kind of see we got a breakout. So again, I don't think this candle is reflecting the true closing price. $91 is above this entry. So a break over today's high would be a buy point. One concern I have with this stock is the selling day on this day. Part of that could be with this upper wick here, but it still got shot down and had a red hammer. So maybe not the perfect setup, but you're always going to find flaws in setups, but that's just one strike against this. Next, we have AXTI, an old friend of mine, not really. It was set to break out. It actually did break out. Sold some into this upper wick, thankfully, and then got stopped out at my entry. So made maybe 2% or so on the trade. Thankfully, did get stopped out at my stop because the next couple days flushed even more. Would have definitely gotten stopped out with this. But since then, kind of rallied up here, tightened up, nice tight range. You have 3 daily highs right around the same price, 1039, 1035. Let's see if we can get some. No. So basically, a break over 1040 would be a possible buy point. Similar strike against it is this. Oh, that was Friday's candle. Never mind. Friday's volume got a little bit weird with the quadruple witching, I think it was. So not a strike against this one. This is just a good undercut on a high tight flag. So that sets this up even better, actually. So watching this, setting the alert right there. Let's go alert for 1035, and that'll let me know if the stock moves above the price. Next, we have HIMX. And I actually bought this one today. Let's see. So this one is a little bit tricky. I had a lot of gains going where I was able to take this trade. Let me actually zoom back out. So high tight flag up 108% or so. And then from the peak, pulled back 13%. So nice pullback. And now I'm using basically a resistance turns into support when you close over it. You also have the 20-day simple moving average, which was just at the low. You have this diagonal, which was just at the low. So a lot of support at the low of the day today allowed me to put some size on the trade. And then if I get stopped out, it's at a very, very tight stop. So with all these high tight flags going, I'm risking putting some risk on this trade. But if it doesn't go immediately, that's okay. I'll be out with a 2%, maybe I think it is just a 2% stop. So maybe it's a little tight. Maybe I'll move that lower. But like the very low volume day today, this looks like a quality setup with high tight flags moving. That's HIMX. This one's very, very light volume, so maybe not everyone will take this, but NTZ, only 46,000 shares traded today, but kind of the same idea behind it. You have this breakout, pulled back, breakout. Now the 20 days catching up. And this did kind of move over some previous highs today. So what I would do is if we open up even higher tomorrow, don't take the trade, not looking to buy into an extended breakout already. But if we open lower, you could use the previous day's high. That's 1298 as the buy point. Oh wait, this is reflecting after hours. Sorry about that. So that's one thing about E-Trade that's frustrating. It reflects the after hours in the candle already. But 1218. So let's see, this high is 1239. So we're probably even lower. In that case, a diagonal break, so break over the previous day's high would be a possible buy point. But again, warning, very light volume on this guy, so you can't put too much size on it. Next, we go to Pinterest. This one's been trading nice and tight after, I mean, this has been a monster this year, but started to trade some sideways action. You see ATR, average true range, coming in. Two slightly higher selling volume days, so that's one strike against the chart, but you do have multiple days highs. I think 3 of them right around the same price. Let's see, 72.72, 72.88, 72.68, and even today's high 72.48. So a break over that $73 barrier is definitely buyable in this kind of flat top here. That's Pinterest, PINS. Next, we have Palantir. This one I bought, let's see, I bought in, immediately kind of took off the trade down 2% because it started fading, and a lot of the stocks that I had started fading, so I wanted to get risk off the table. And then after that pullback calmed down, I put this trade back on, and it just turned around, ran, broke over the previous high on December 17th. So I added to the position there, and then sold some right at the end of the day. I actually sold some after or pre-market hours at 29.60 today. Not much of my position, but just what is that? About a sixth of my position. But really nice setup here. This is not an IPO high tight flag, but kind of a rocket base. That's a term that Leif uses a lot. So 213% up, but instead of being only 25% down, this is 37% down. So it's not just those maybe like 7 to 10 candles that form up and then you break over the previous high. It's more of a couple weeks. With an IPO, we have to be a little bit more aggressive with our timing. But the undercut of the previous low on this day and then the recapture of the previous day's high was all I needed to get back into the position. So that was beautiful today. Higher highs, higher lows, and a long lower wick showing buyer stepped in right at that 8-day exponential moving average. So that's PLTR, Palantir. Got 2 more for you, then we'll go through what you guys want to see. Next is TSM. This one's not a super quick mover, but it does have that tennis ball action that Mark Minervini's talking about. So breaks out, pulls back, breaks out, pulls back. Looks like that 8-day exponential moving average, that purple line, is holding pretty well. Today we closed maybe just below it. Maybe that's reflected in the after hours, but you see volume lightening up during the pullback. That's exactly what you want to see in a pullback. ATRs coming down, things are tightening up. So a break over today's high, 105.26, would be a nice buy point. Again, not a stock that, not a high tie flag, so it's not a stock that's just gonna to take off on you, but in a nice strong uptrend. And finally, from my watch list, we have X, which I was very shocked to see. Not usually a quick mover, but it is a high tight flag. We have a move of 180% since the beginning of October, and then a pullback of only 19%. Today we had an inside day on a little bit lighter volume. The one strike against the chart is the high volume selling day we had on, that would have been last Friday. Again, some of that volumes with that quadruple witching thing that throws everything off, but did like to see we opened right at the 20-day simple moving average and rallied higher, so a little bit of support there. And just like those other high type flags that have pulled back to their 20-day, this is creating a nice low buy point and one where you can get in and then put your stop at the previous day's low, and that's 5%. Nice tight stop. So that's X, United States Steel Corp. And that is the breakout watch list that I have. So let's jump to some stocks that you guys want to see. First, let's go to NIO. This one I bought yesterday, actually, kind of in, I guess not an inverse head and shoulders. That was the idea behind it, but did break over both of the highs. That's terribly drawn. Right through there. So bought with a breakout over Monday's high. Today we had a red day, but you see the low of the day. Let me zoom in a little bit. Touched right off that converging 20-day simple moving average and 8-day exponential moving average. And what you like to see, lower volume on a pullback day. So this looks strong. It did have a nice shakeout after, so 33% down. What was this move? I mean, this is massive. Everyone knows NEO. So after almost 1200%, that's amazing. So you do need a stronger pullback like this to kind of set up the trade. So we'll see if this name goes now. Next we have TDOC. So this one just got back over its 50-day simple moving average. One of my rules is to never trade a stock that's under its 50-day unless it's like 20, 50, and 8 are all right at the same price. I don't like the volume on this pullback. Maybe this was earnings. No. Don't like that, but it did instantly rally and recapture. So that's, I guess, kind of scratches that off the table. It is starting to build kind of a longer base through here. What are we off the highs though? This isn't like the ideal setup that I would trade. Only 33% down after what was a really strong move. So yeah, one to throw on your watch list. For me, I'm going to let this kind of rally. You see this volume shelf here. This is the volume coming in at each price range. So I use this to show possible resistance because people tend to get into stocks, and then if it starts working against them, if they don't have their stop set, they would be more than happy to sell at break even, so they feel like it wasn't a losing trade. So that typically will deter any breakouts because you'll see some selling pressure into that. So if we can clear this volume range right here and then pull back and set up again, that's when I would be looking to buy the stock. But it does look like this moved over a local high. Let's see, this was 204.60 right there, and then squatted a little bit. So maybe it checks back and then goes. Then the high today would be viable as well, 208.50. Let's go ARWR. I had this one on. I did trade this too. I traded that little breakout. Nice pullback, and then this is just ripping through here, up 48%. So not quite qualified for the high tie flag, but I mean, any stock that's in a strong uptrend, I'll throw on a broader watch list. And then I use stock charts to just go through 20 stocks in a minute because it'll give you, here, let me bring it up really quick. It'll give you a candle glance, which you could just see like 15 stocks at once, uptrend winners. This is my like broad watch list. So just by looking at this, you could see, okay, what are the stocks that are setting up? This is one that I have on that list. But at this point, you're not buying into this far extended from the breakout. We're going to let this calm down, come in a little bit, maybe touch the 20-day simple moving average before buying. But if you're already in the stock, like maybe you're taking some profit on the way up, but you're bouncing between the upper Bollinger Band and the 8-day exponential moving average, that's a great place to be. All right, we go CLDR. So I haven't seen this stock before, but nice strong breakout today on volume. The other big volume day was earnings. That one got faded, so that's interesting that it just checked back. Kind of did what Zoom did on their earnings, not Q4, but Q3, where it broke out, pulled back, and then just went going again. Nice little undercut of the previous day. Set up this, if you were to buy, set up this buy point. You have 3 local highs right there, and we opened under that. That would have been your buy point today. I didn't take the trade, but this is what someone from StockTwits wanted to see. At this point, you're not buying up here, but I mean you're not selling your whole position right now either. This is a strong move up. Maybe sell some into strength, but this is looking nice. All right, let's go 3 more, and then we'll get to the comment section. BEP, nice wave action through here. ATR is actually increasing though, so I want the bar size to calm down a little bit. Otherwise, this might just take off. We have a diagonal through here. Let's see. I'm going to add this on my watch list as well. Let's see if this just breaks out tomorrow. Ideally, this checks back one more time to tighten up the range even more and then goes, but definitely one to watch. A little concerning that you have more volume. You want the lightest volume to be right at the end of the setup. That's because everyone has agreed on the price, things are coming in, and then you get a big buyer, institutional buyer, whatever, that really gets it going again. So the fact that there's higher volume as this is wiggling around isn't the best. Doesn't mean it can't work, but there's no guarantees in trading. We're just trying to stack as much probability on our side as trades. Next is EOSE. So this is one that I haven't heard of before either, but really interesting look to it. Got a 60% breakout, kind of a diagonal that got faded here, and then just kind of coiled up nice and tight. Got that 20-day simple moving average, undercut some previous lows a couple days, and now we're going. This is still kind of all over the place, but it does look like you have 3 highs right through there. What I would love from this chart is if we pull back again, and you hear me saying that because I'm going to be patient with setups. I already have a lot of trades that are working for me. I will press if we get very, very quality setups, but I'm not trying to have, right now I'm on the best trading week of the year. I'm not trying to throw that away on sloppy setups. But if this comes in, tightens up, we see volume lightening up and ATR coming in, then a break over this triple high would be a buy point. But for now, I'm going to set my alert lower on this, and then I'll be notified and notice that some trade ideas up with this name. But good one to watch. I always like to see powerful breakout. That was 60% there. It's EOSE, EIDX. This one, I thought this was a merger at some point, or a buyout. I forget what it was, but I had this on my watch list as well, up 80%, and then it just kind of went. Yeah, I don't know. That was my mistake because obviously this took off up 70% from this move. I don't know if it's technically a high type flag, but it's got that look to it. Definitely on my watch list now that it's moving. If you're in the stock already, you see this 8-day exponential moving average, maybe a close under that. You sell half into strength, but you don't want to sell a winner too early, and that's something that I still need to work on. Selling winners too early is definitely one of my flaws. But yeah, I have this on my watch list. We'll see if we can pull back, set up again, but not chasing this far away from the base. Typically, if a stock's 5% away from the kind of ideal breakout point that I would have bought in hindsight, I just won't take the trade because there are other setups out there. We want to keep losses as small as possible and then that allows us to take loss after loss after loss. I was trading at a 40% win rate, so win 40%, lose 60%. But because I was keeping my losses so small this year, within 4 to 6%, when I do get big winners, it pays for every one of the losers and even more. So always try to keep those losses small. All right, let's jump to the comment section here. What do you guys want to see? Neo, we just covered that. Moderna, mRNA, yeah. mRNA, let's see. Let's do some measurements. Up 166%. Now we're down 31%. So does violate that high tide flag, but now it's on the watch list for, let's see if this builds out a base, can get over this volume shelf and then get going again. This little breakdown and then rally up the 20-day simple moving average was just kind of a bear flag. You see lots of selling volume through here. And this does have some gaps in the chart. So maybe this does just kind of fall apart to the 50-day. But that's why you always stick to your stops. That would have at least gotten you out under the previous day's low. So avoided 9% loss there. So we'll give this time. It does have some power behind the name, but definitely needs to set up. And Pfizer, PFE. Not a stock that I would trade. Tons of headline risk with it. Very sloppy kind of chart through here. And I don't know what news can really drive them higher since all the news is out on the vaccine. So just not a stock that I'm looking to trade. It's now under its 50-day simple moving average. That's a no. And its 200-day simple moving average is flat, just getting into an uptrend. Doesn't have the power that I want to see on a swing trade. All right, let's see. QS. Nope, typed in square. QS. Not sure what this is. 777%. Interesting. I mean, I don't know what this is, but I'm definitely not buying this far extended. I'll do some research after this, unless you drop it in the chat while I'm going through other stocks. But it's now 60. It would take a 58% drop to get down to the 20-day simple moving average. So again, I'm not buying extended stocks like this. Let's see it pull back and tighten up. And then if you're trading this, unless you know something, some insider information, 108%, that's a great place to take some money off the table. All right, let's go plug PLUG. Really strong move. All the energy stocks were doing well this week, 163%. So, I mean, again, not buying it at this point, too far extended. This came in to a nice Bible position. You see kind of a VCP volatility contraction pattern setup. 22% down there, 14%, 6%. So each of the pullbacks are getting lighter and lighter. You got this good buying volume day, then volume goes quiet on the pullback. Good buying volume day, very light volume on the pullback. These are all signals that would have set up a trade with a break over, let's see, what day was this? 12/16's high. Again, I didn't take it. You can't take every trade, but it's good to study the charts of breakout stocks because then you'll be more equipped to handle them when they are setting up in real life. All right, I'll keep going through these. You guys, if you're enjoying the content, please leave a like. It helps me out tremendously. Let's see. And subscribe to the channel. That we do 3 videos a week and trying to find the best stocks for you guys. I did take off 100% of MGNI. Look kind of like a blow off top today. I didn't know about the what's called the news coming out after hours, but I didn't have too much size on that position since I kind of got it late. Didn't want to do a full size with that loose of a stop. Let's see. LAC. Good volume today on the breakout. That's interesting. What was this off the high? 47%. Definitely needs to build out a base. You can see I tried to take the possible high tight flag through there, got stopped out a couple times. Yeah, this is definitely a good move on good volume. 21%. We're over the meat of the volume shelf here. I mean, again, I'm not buying this far extended, but I'll definitely add this to the main, like the overall watch list to see if this can tighten up again. We're over all the moving averages, but they're in the wrong order now because it's been in a downtrend for such a long time. Now you have the 50, the 20, and the 8. You want to see the 200, the 50, the 20, the 8. Always trading the strongest stocks. Let's go SBE. This is a SPOC, right? Yeah, these guys don't trade super well with technical analysis, so I'm gonna hold any judgment on this guy. I don't trade SPOCs. SPACs? I don't know. AAXN. This was on a watch list before. Did I try to trade this? No, I guess not. Nice undercut of the previous lows. See, I had it going through here, then it did this kind of fake breakout and then squatted. But now we have a really nice undercut of previous lows, stopping everyone out. An undercut even of that day, and then it rallied up. Today we got a squat day. Definitely needs some time to tighten up. Otherwise, it might just take off. Who knows? But we're always trying to look at good risk reward. And if we buy with a break over today's high and then put a stop at the low, that's 4%. But then you're still above the 8-day and the 20-day. Below that, 5.5%. It's tradable. I just think there might be better setups out there. But I mean, who knows? This could get going. I have no idea. We're just trying to look at the best setups that we could get the smallest amount of risk and the largest amount of size on. This might be a little bit too early. We'll see. AAXN. CLDX. Yes. CLDX. It does look like it's breaking down. This kind of selling volume, you don't want to mess with that. We're living under the 50-day simple moving average. The 8 days now under the 50-day. That's not quality, and you're basically back to the left shoulder. Maybe this is a head and shoulders pattern that's just breaking down. Not something that I would want to be trading. You see, I did trade kind of through this breakout here a little bit. But yeah, got to give this one up now. That's CLDX. Let's go NVAX. Ooh, another one that I tried during this kind of tightening up range, and then it looked like we were going to break out, but this was when I was still trading under the 50-day. One of the reasons why I don't trade stocks under the 50-day, because we hit that, and man, we just hit a lot of selling pressure. And thankfully, I listened to my stops, got out the day undercutting the lows because that dipped another 30%. We do have this rally, pretty loose chart here. Tough to get an entry on this, and doesn't look to be in an uptrend, looking like it's starting to sell off. It's NVAX. Let's go ADBE, Adobe. Made money on this trade before. Let's see this setting up again. Nice downward right action. Some higher highs, higher lows going. Good volume on. Oh, this was probably, yeah, that's the Friday volume always gets me. Looking pretty good. It did squat today. Could do a break over, what would that be? Friday's high, 504.07. Yeah, still in its kind of base building here. I'm not sure when this is going to break out. Well, I don't know. I'm not going to trade this one, but definitely see some quality behind it. What's up, Way? How's it going? All right, let's see. TWLO. Really nice, strong uptrend. This was kind of a cup and handle, pulled back here. That point right through there is buyable. It was on one of my watch lists, but I didn't take the trade personally. Then we got a move from there, 15% from the buy point. Now it's just in a strong uptrend between that 8-day and the upper Bollinger Band. You're not messing with that. You're not buying this far extended, but You're only selling some into strength because you want to lock in profit. You're nothing with this chart's looking scary. TWLO, IIPR. Oof, yeah, this one I bought, it squatted down, got stopped out. I think by just a couple pennies. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes it misses your stop by a couple pennies. But either way, this would have stopped me out later. But then just ripped. What is this up? 33%? I think we had this on 2 weeks ago's watch list. Maybe, yeah, 2 weeks ago. Looking good. Nice strong move. Friday's candle, so ignore the volume there. You're not buying into this, but you're only taking profit to lock it in. NNOX. Hey, I like what Jason's saying. 31 watchers, where are the likes? NNOX, good move here. Nice little check back, another go. I don't know what this stock does, so is this a SPAC? Let's see. Yeah, today, that was your buy point today if you're going to get into this. Otherwise, let's see this tighten up today, or tighten up later this week, maybe pull back to the 8 and the 20. But you like the volume lately coming out with these breakouts. This selling volume is not ideal, and then the sell off. But yeah, unless you bought today, I don't see that as tradable, at least with my strategy. So, all right, let's see what else. QS, okay, electric, SWAV, yeah, SWAV was on the watch list. Shockwave med going into the week. It started doing exactly what we were hoping for, broke out and did squat a little bit. This is reflecting after hours a little bit, but 102 still could go. Nice green volume coming up through here. This was kind of, you had 3 highs right, or basically 4, right through that range. A nice undercut, and things got tighter. That was the idea behind it. Now we see, I didn't take this trade, but now we see if this goes, or do we squat back and then the chart needs some actual work with this. I hate when stocks squat because it just messes up the chart for the next couple of days. All right. AYRO. Yeah, I think this one 263. What did it pull down? 50%. Yeah, I try and watch stocks that are within 40% ideally. So 50% down, that's a little aggressive, but I do like how the volume there's no volume in this pullback. So that's really constructive. All the volume, let me see if I hide this. So we got some good green volume days picking up. So maybe this is starting to tighten up. Watch 713. That's the high of December 18th. Possible buy there. Yeah, let's set an alert for this guy. What did I say? 713. We'll just do 699. Yeah, we'll keep an eye on this guy. Maybe this tightens up enough to go. All right. Yeah. I caught FCEL, LSPD as well. Did not catch crowd, but can't catch them all. All right. I think that is it for the live stream then. Please leave a like. And if you enjoyed it, subscribe to the channel because we do these live streams on either Tuesday or Wednesday, depending on the week. And then we do a trading recap on Friday, going through all the stocks that I trade, both the winners and the losers. And then we do that breakout watch list on Sunday morning. Remember, the market's half day on Thursday, closes at 2 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Central, where I'm at, and then it's closed for Friday. So shortened week.